Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I am going to teach you in this lecture about the Charles law and Avogadro law, and later on we will compare the different law to discuss the ideal behavior of gas. So this is the second law. You have already learned the Boyle's law, and in Charles law it is the relationship between the volume and the temperature. So this is very simple statement. If you increase the temperature, there should be increase in the volume, or you can say volume is directly related to the temperature, and this is shown over here. And let's suppose if the volume is zero point 0.5 liter and the temperature is 200 Kelvin, and you must always remember we were discussing the four properties or the parameters. One is the volume, temperature, number of moles, and the pressure. So here we are discussing the relationship between the volume and the temperature, and of course you have to keep the other two properties and the parameter number of moles and the pressure at constant. So that's why uh, you will see the relationship between the volume and the temperature at constant number of moles of a gas and at constant pressure. So if there is, let's suppose the constant number of moles of the gas over here, let's suppose these are the 10 moles and the 10 moles are over here. And the pressure is also constant, 1 atmosphere pressure and the 1 atmosphere pressure. So what is happening over here? Uh, at the initial stage, the volume is zero point 0.5 liter and the temperature is 200 Kelvin. And if you heat this cylinder to some certain temperature and you increase the temperature to the 400 Kelvin, then look at the volume is double as compared to the initial. So that means by doubling the temperature, there is uh, double increase in the volume of a gas. So both volume and temperature are directly related to each other. And you can also cool down the temperature, and by decreasing the temperature, let's suppose the volume is 1 liter and the temperature is 400 Kelvin at the start, and if you cool the gas by decreasing the temperature from 400 Kelvin to the 200 Kelvin, so look at the change in the volume, it is going to be halved. Again, by decreasing the temperature uh, into half, the volume is also decreased by half. So that means volume is directly related to the temperature. Or if you remove the proportionality sign over here, you will find a constant on the right hand side that is called the small k, and here this is called the Charles law constant. Or you can get the value of the k, and the k will be equal to v divided by t, and this is given over here. So these are the very simple formula to discuss the Charles law. And again, what important over here is, as we have discussed in the Boyle's law, if how can you verify a gas is behaving ideal behavior or it is following the Charles law? So if the gas is the ideal, then this will follow the Charles law, and if it is the non-ideal, then of course this will deviate from the Charles law. So here in this slide, I'm going to discuss with the how can you discuss or how can you prove that the gas is the ideal or it is the non-ideal. Non-ideal mean it is the real gas. So again, this is the formula we have discussed before, V equal to KT, and this is is having a straight line equation, y equal to mx, and this equation is shown over here, y equal to mx plus c. Again, c is 0 over here because this is the straight line equation passing through the origin with zero intercept. So even if you write the zero with the intercept zero over here, it doesn't matter. It is the y equal to mx, and somewhere we put the c, or it is written over here b, and again doesn't matter. This is the straight line equation without intercept. That means intercept is zero passing through the origin. So two way you can plot a graph. Volume is on the y-axis, and this is time is the sorry, temperature is on the x-axis, and this is the slope you can take from the this one slope, and this is having a positive slope. Positive slope mean it is moving upward, having a positive slope, and if it is moving downward, then this will be the negative slope, and there should be a minus sign along with the m, but here it is the positive slope. So there are the two graphs. Maybe you can plot with the temperature in centigrade, or maybe you can plot with the Kelvin over here, because centigrade to convert into the Kelvin, you would have a factor to 73 degrees centigrade. And again, if you extrapolate this one graph to the y-axis, you will reach at the point that is the minus 273 on the x-axis and 0 at the y-axis. So because it is touching over here, it is the x-axis, and when you extrapolate, x-axis is here. When it is reaching to the zero volume, that means the volume is zero, and at this the intercept would be the here the zero intercept. So here, this is easy to understand when you plot the temperature in Kelvin, and now it is starting with the zero, and it is also starting, the y-axis is also starting with the zero, the volume versus the temperature, it is passing through the origin. Now, the question is, how can you verify the Charles law? And it is very easy to understand over here. If you get a plot, or you can say that if you plot a graph between the volume and the temperature, and you would get the straight line passing through the origin, that means the gas is following the Charles law, and it is the ideal gas. And if it is not the ideal gas, that means if you plot a graph between the volume and the temperature, and if you would not get the straight line, and you would get the curve, that means the gas is not the ideal, it is the non-ideal gas, or maybe the, you can call it the real gas. So this is the all about the Charles law and verification of the Charles law uh, in case of the ideal and the non-ideal gas. Moving to the third law,